Meanwhile, there seems to be further cracks in the city's coalition government as the EFF has rejected the MMC positions after the reshuffle. The party accuses the mayor of unilaterally removing its MMCs without consultation. Now, let's get more. And we're joined by Thembi Msane, who is the EFF's national spokesperson. Ms. Msane, good evening to you. Thank you very much for your time. We'll get deeper into the details in a moment. But first, there is this ultimatum from the mayor that you have 12 hours to show up and apologize first for not turning up at that swearing-in ceremony, and then you will be sworn in as one of the MMCs there. How do you respond as the EFF?
We declined that nomination. Good evening, Oli, and good evening to your viewers. As the Economic Freedom Fighters, we declined that appointment by Nkosindiphile Xhakaza. We even sent him our resignation letters last night, telling him that we decline, we're not available, because he took a unilateral decision to remove 2 of our MMCs. And as you may know, this comes after he removed the MMC of Finance in 2024, Dunga, and now he does it again by taking a unilateral decision to remove another 2 MMCs without any consultation, without any excuse, without any reason. And I hear that he's citing fraud and corruption. And as the EFF, Koli, you may know, recently we've witnessed the work that the Economic Freedom Fighters has been doing in the city of Ekurhuleni, when the position that the Economic Freedom Fighters Water and Sanitation Department was declared the water champions. The whole country, I mean the whole province, was facing a water shortage and is still facing a water shortage. But the city of Ekurhuleni is stable. And you may have heard our president and commander-in-chief saying that they don't like anything that is stable. They don't like service delivery. And he's doing this deliberately to then bring instability in the city of Ekurhuleni. So we gave him our resignation letters, telling him last night already that we're not available for this circus that he's setting up the city of Ekurhuleni and trying to sabotage the services to our people, especially on the eve of elections. He's also, just restructured departments, putting water and sanitation, waste, and energy under one MMC. And when we came into government under his leadership, we had water and sanitation and energy under one department. However, it was separated to say it is quite a big department, even with the metro reforms that are coming. Yeah. Our people deserve better. Let us separate water and sanitation and put another MMC for energy. Now, because of the greed on the eve of elections, he's putting all these 3 departments, which are the main service delivery departments, under one MMC, which is even a newly elected councillor for that matter. Yeah.
Well, on the one hand, you are painting a picture of pockets of excellence in Ekurhuleni, and one assumes that one of those would have been the one led by yourself. For the benefit of the viewers, with the recent reshuffle, or should we say the overnight reshuffle, we understand that 2 portfolios were allocated to EFF council members. Which were those, and are you saying that Ekurhuleni was functioning well because Action SA seems to suggest that they are not going to allow for their member to be fielded in a council that is frankly in chaos and, as they term it, a crime scene?
Well, he had allocated the EFF human settlements and then allocated infrastructure and economic development. Well, that's the opinion of the Action SA that the municipal is in shambles. It will be in shambles now, because if you can go back to the records, even Action SA was praising our departments that were doing very well, especially the water and sanitation department. But since you take you bring a clown to the palace and hoping that it's going to be a palace, it's turning into a circus. So definitely it's going to be in shambles. I can guarantee you that, because there is, you should work with good governance and don't change something when it's not broken. But currently, because he is so power drunk, he just wants to make sure that everything does not function. I mean, they even took credit, Goli, for commissioning of reservoirs, that they started the Aqualip, and they commissioned 27 reservoirs. When it's the EFF, under the EFF government, we commissioned 12 of those reservoirs, which they started building but could not deliver water to the communities.
Yeah.
Like, for example, there is a reservoir in Pumridge, which was the construction started in 2018. And billions of rands later, those reservoirs could not deliver water to our people. And the economic freedom fighters came in and made sure that those white elephants that were lying around could be commissioned. We commissioned 12 reservoirs in our term, Goli, out of those 25 that they are talking about. And the rest are still now partially commissionable, because you cannot take credit on starting a project, but you don't finish it. And all you do is sanction money through those projects. But because that's what the ANC does, they want to spend money and never deliver services to our people. That's why they saw the EFF as a hiccup in them stealing the monies.
Yeah. Ms. Msane, you paint this picture of Ekurhuleni now facing the prospect of being in chaos. The viewers are going to wonder, and I would want to think the voters as well, they're going to wonder here how it is that the EFF was still able to serve in a municipality, or should we say under an executive mayor who, and this is an article from News 24 published just last month, its heading is Ekurhuleni Mayor placed at the scene almost 2 years after DJ Bongani Mfihlo's murder. Now, this says to you that at some point, I'm not saying that this is definitive, at some point though, the mayor of Ekurhuleni may well be a person of interest, may well be a person that police want to question as regards the murders that have taken place in Ekurhuleni. So how is it that the EFF was comfortable anyway to serve under such a mayor?
We are not law enforcement, Koli, and you may have seen our statement from the Gauteng province speaking of that the law must take its course. If the mayor is guilty, if the mayor needs to be investigated, he must be investigated. However, we're not law enforcement, but we have raised that, and we have said that the law must take its course. However, to answer your question is that we were focused at service delivery. We were focused at making sure that our people do not have challenges of waste, our people do not have challenges of houses, our people do not have challenges of water. But we condemned that if the mayor is guilty, then the law must take its course. But the EFF is a service delivery focused organization, and you can see that the work that we have done under the EFF government in our departments.
Final question to you. As national spokesperson of the EFF party, the ANC, or should we say the Gauteng province, is led, this is now the government, it's led through a minority government that's led under the leadership of Panyaza Lesufi. And that is thanks in part to the EFF lending its votes, as you would often say. Is that at risk right now?
It's definitely at risk because, you know, the current ANC is leading as if they have majority, and they need to understand that when you don't have majority, when you are in a coalition, you negotiate with your partners. You don't just bulldoze and act as if you have majority, you have 50%. And that is something that the ANC needs to get used to, because we're going to be in coalitions for a very long time. So they are not safe in Gauteng. They are not safe anywhere where we have coalitions with them, because we have been very patient with them. We have been saying to them, this is not how you run a coalition. You don't fix something that is not broken. So they are definitely at risk. And I can assure you, Xoli, if a motion of no confidence has to come up, the EFF will definitely ride on that.
Thembi Msane, thank you very much for your time, not mincing her words. She is the national spokesperson of the Economic Freedom Fighters.